Okay, so everybody comes out one by one. Should we just talk about the looks off?
Please,
rip?
yes.
Let's do the fashion.
Yeah.
Okay. Taylor and Garrett to me were giving Hunger Games.
Yeah, I hated both. Okay, I didn't hate Taylor's, but I've seen it too much.
I was about to say, we've seen this gold medal bodice everywhere. So, but she's gorgeous. I loved her hair back.
Yeah, love the ponytail. Yeah.
Garrett's hair is like trying to give Disney Prince.
And it gives Lord Farquaad, bitch.
Oh no.
Especially with the wide leg pant and the boot with the buckle.
His outfit was nuts, yo.
Not Princess and the Frog. What's the other one? The Princess, where, oh my God, with Leslie Jordan. What's that movie? No. Yo, join the video. Join the video for what Natasha just did.
Like searching. What are you talking about?
Oh my God. Jody's probably yelling it right now. Who's Leslie Jordan?
Oh, this guy. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about still.
Anyway. It reminded me of like an old timey though, like in a castle type of outfit. I did not with the brocade print on the jacket,
gold brocade.
Oh, it was gold.
He looked like a whole new person. It was wild.
Yes, he did.
He really did. So if he's happier in this new look, good for him. Living his best life, whatever. Ashley and Tyler. I loved Ashley's hair. I always love her hair. Her hair is always laid, thick, great. Whatever she got in there looks amazing. The straps on this dress was intense. It was like,
yeah, they were very unique.
Yeah, it looked uncomfortable to me, but I kind of liked it.
I liked it standing up, but the problem is when you're at a reunion, most of the time you're sitting down. And she was sitting down looking like she could not even inhale to the point where she really needed to because her corset was so tight and her straps were so structural.
You have to sit upright. You have to. Yeah. Hannah, I thought she looked very pretty.
She looked great.
Loved her hair. Also, I was thinking about, sitting down. It's risky to wear a two-piece outfit when you got to sit on a couch. But I thought it worked for her. I thought she looked great.
I thought so too.
She sat upright the whole time. She made it look exactly how it's supposed to look. So she made it do. Loved Marissa's dress.
So good. I thought she was best dressed.
I thought she reminded me, her dress reminded me of AD's from last reunion.
Yes, but not out of a bag.
You didn't like her? I liked AD's reunion dress.
No, I loved AD's reunion dress, but that's because AD has a fantastic body
shape. Yeah,
and so she makes everything look like amazing and great. But I was fully aware that was Princess Polly. Marissa's looked a little bit more Giovanni. You know what I mean? It looked like a little step up. Yeah,
she looked great. She looked snatched in it. I wish she did something more interesting with her hair. But yeah. Just the middle part and to the side. She kept fixing it. She kept like touching it. Like she seemed uncomfortable with it being straight almost. But otherwise she looked beautiful. Ramses looked like he's about to go trick-or-treating.
Literally, as a clown. All he was missing was the red nose.
Straight up. He looked like, I wrote, a DC comic villain. He looked like he came from Gotham City.
Yes.
He works
Penguin's
for the Riddler.
assistant. Yeah, the Riddler, whoever.
Yup, whoever. It was ridiculous. I think he had on eyeliner as well. Like he literally was in a full costume.
Oh my God.
Full costume.
Oh my God.
What the fuck was that?
And this is the type of man who says, I don't like women wearing a lot of makeup. This is that same nigga. Oh.
He really thought he was eating in this. It was giving Halloween. Straight up.
Yeah.
Ugh. Nick definitely was wearing lifts in his sneakers.
For sure. 1,000%. Yeah. His Instagram is wild. He absolutely believes that he is Travis Kelce 2.0.
Oh God, I can't see that.
Me either. I came across it on TikTok randomly. TikTok fed it to me against my will.
Right. He had on his platform shoes and then his suit. He looked like a used car salesman. The suit was ill-fitting.
Yeah. Well.
Why I don't understand. His lack of preparation is what just gets
all
me
around.
So mad.
All around. Because he knows he's going to be he's that dude. It doesn't matter. He doesn't need to tailor. He's Nick.
Yes, you do.
Love is Blind season 6.
No, you need to have a fitted suit. How you walk around saying you look better than Travis Kelce, but you're not channeling Travis Kelce in how you dress even. You're not trying to bring any type of fashion style at all. Like, I can't. He was pissing me off with this. Steven looked like he put a little effort in. He was trying to look at least a little interesting.
Yeah.
The turtleneck. He definitely looked like he stepped out of a murder mystery. Agatha Christie.
Yes.
Like movie or something. Yeah.
And the no socks and the high leg. I was not feeling it sitting down. But
yeah. I wasn't feeling it at all, but he was trying.
He tried. You're right. That's true.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Monica's still giving Tasia down boost.
Down.
She looks like her clone now.
Oh my God.
I can't unsee it.
You're right. Oh my gosh. And I feel like this was definitely, I have to find out if she was in the circuit, pageant circuit.
Oh, yeah, I could see that.
Mm-hmm.
I could.
Pageanty.
Mm-hmm. Alex, neck up, I loved. Loved her hair, loved her makeup. I thought she looked the most beautiful we've seen, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't a huge fan of the dress, though. This nude illusion situation.
That nude illusion is really hard and really expensive. Yeah. And I don't think people realize how it comes off on camera because they don't watch Drag Race. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And you're much better off in those lights with a shimmer.
Than trying to capture an illusion.
Yeah.
It was also like really, she also looked uncomfortable. Also had to just like sit up tight.
I know, because the under boob, it'll just slip your nip right quick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then Tim, he went shopping with Nick. They had on the same suit. So
yeah.
Showed up feeling nothing. Yeah. Anyways, 89 degrees and sleeves come out. Mm-hmm. I didn't hate this dress that she had on.
I didn't even look at it. Oh, no, I did. Okay, yeah, another sparkle. I don't like a collar with a dress.
The collar wasn't the greatest. I like the color, though.
I loved the color.
I loved the color. I loved her makeup, her lip color, kind of matching. Her hair was a mess, though.
Yeah, this slick back.
A messy slick back at that. I was like, what is this new concept that they're trying to do?
No, that looks like she just needed some dry shampoo, right?
It looked greasy. It did. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But yeah, in the crowd, we see AD, Marshall, Nancy, Zach and Bliss, Jessica, her new fine-ass husband.
I know, and he's a doctor. I remember
He's a doctor, too?
I think so. Ooh. Or am I confusing her with Claire?
Claire.
The Bachelor. She's with a doctor.
She another one that got somebody real fine too afterwards. Oh my God. And then Marissa's mom's in the audience, Ashley's mom, and Taylor's parents as well. Mm-hmm. Oh, and Katie. Katie as well.
And Katie looked great. I thought her makeup looked beautiful.
Mm-hmm. She'll be on Perfect Match for sure.
Sure will.
For sure. So yeah, they congratulate the two married couples, Ashley and Tyler, Garrett and Taylor. Ashley and Tyler really trying to make this happen.
Yeah, really. Girl, woo. She was just on the internet talking about, some people asked me about my lip gloss color. And everybody was like, no one asked you about your not one of us.
Not one. Nobody. Where the kids at? You meet the kids yet? Like that's what we asking you. Okay.
God.
And I hate that she's in this position, but she's in this position now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I got questions for you now, Ashley. Yeah, I got questions. Sorry. But yeah, Garrett and Taylor, they're all happy. He's her best friend. You know, they talk a bit about Garrett's glow up.
Yeah.
Ashley and Tyler, they're still married, happy as a clam. Tyler said it's been a learning experience.
They were way too happy for my comfort.
Yeah. It felt forcibly happy. Mm-hmm. And maybe they are really happy, but they were also putting on a performance.
Exactly.
For all the rest of us too.
And if you're this happy, I do think that's weird. If you're this happy and you're actively ignoring your kids, I think that's fucking weird.
That's fucking weird.
Yeah.
So yeah, sleeve, she gets right into it. Tyler, you say you donated sperm.
Here's the thing. She didn't get right into it. And this is how I knew that we were not going to have the reunion that we anticipated. She started off with them by saying, we protect you guys for a year. We, protect you guys for a year so that you have this foundation for your marriage. That's how she started this conversation.
Okay. Yeah.
Protecting Kinetic, protecting Netflix, protecting anybody who's an EP on this show. And the thing that bothers me about that is that Andy Cohen does not do that. Andy is on the side of production
of the audience
all times and reads audience questions out loud.
Yeah. That's what makes those reunions so good. He's trying to get our questions answered, period.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep. Oh, Lord. So, yeah, you donated sperm. Now there's some online chatter. Can you clarify what's going on?
So we just ignore the twins.
That's what I'm saying. Not even naming out. So you have 3 kids. One we've learned is this. The other 2 is that. Nothing. Just there's online chatter. Please clarify. Yeah. I love the moment Marshall and AD. Yo. They both like elbowed each other like, yo, you see what's about to happen? That's funny. So Tyler says basically what he's told us already. He didn't give us nothing new. I helped a friend. Her and her wife get pregnant. The wife left her high and dry.
Made her look so bad.
Pointing,
I guess.
Yeah. Pointing the villain like card over there. Yeah. I'm not the villain. I'm the hero. I came in to help my friend save this broken home that her wife left her with. Like that poor girl. She's really villainized. And now if you learn, like we talked about this on another pre-show, she had her reasons for leaving. She didn't just up and leave these kids. She was going through her own wild abuse and craziness with that wife, with Tyler's friend.
And fought for that child.
And fought for the child as well. So here he come. I stepped in to help. And then he's like, yeah, I spent holidays with the kids. I spent holidays with all my friends'
All my friends' kids. Why?
What? Yeah, why?
Why do you do that?
He said, I played a part. It was very shaky. She was my friend. There are no rule books.
I played a part. Even that is like so crazy to say about parenthood.
Yeah. And he's still not clarifying for all of us. He's still leading into the sperm donor thing. All these 3 kids were sperm donor babies. That's not true. That's not true.
Yeah.
Particularly the last 2 kids, the twins.
Right.
You fathered them naturally with her. She told us, this lesbian woman got up and said, I'm so ashamed. Yeah. But I fathered these kids, or I had kids with this man. It was natural. Yeah. He's not acknowledging that at all.
So wild. But to acknowledge the photos, but not acknowledge, like you're acknowledging parts of the story. Yeah. Parts of it, but not. This is not how this works.
No.
Oh, man.
He's like, Ashley knew all of this. This is news to the world. But like, I don't owe anybody anything except my wife. And she's sitting with me. So
that is a lie. You went on television. You owe us all everything.
You owe them kids.
And you owe at minimum.
At the base minimum, you might owe them kids. Okay? What? You do. When you put yourself out there in this public of a way, you owe us. You do. Yep. And if anything, fuck us. You owe the mother of those kids and the kids. Ashley says, who do you think has better insight, social media or me?
At this point, social media. I still think that after watching this.
I still think I know more of the story than you Ashley.
Fully.
It's really insulting to my intelligence. People saying I was blindsided, And then she says or explains that Tyler, all of this was something he didn't want to share on camera. And she was the one that pushed him because she felt if he didn't share some of this about the kids, I guess, on camera, it would be inauthentic to the experience. So she's like, I pushed him to, in some capacity, we have to share some of this on camera. She specifically called out him telling her the kids don't know what he looks like. And you see him say, no, they don't. And she claims, of course he told me afterwards. Like, of course he divulged later. Why are you okay with him acknowledging on camera, though, that he doesn't know those kids? He doesn't
know these people. And there's photos of them up everywhere. And then you're okay with these kids also not coming to your wedding?
I
think that's really fucked up.
This whole thing was so.
This is so. I was like, oh, Ashley. Oh
yeah. When they said she a ride or die,
yeah,
she's
crazy.
A ride or die. She really is.
God, I was like, girl, you got no dick for 3 years to do this.
To do this.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Yeah, that was really wild to me. I was like, so you're okay with being with a man who denies his kids on camera?
Yeah.
Bet. Just because he told you off camera what the real deal is. You're fine with him going on national, international television where his kids can watch this back later and say out his mouth, he does not know, they don't know what he looks like. You're okay with that? And
you're saying that you're okay with that because of the sake of said children.
Somehow it comes back to the protection of the kids. Like, oh my God, them too. So she's like, the thing with humanity is we have a hard time understanding like abnormal situations, almost insinuating that like because his dynamic with the friend, the lesbian couple, the donating the sperm, like it's, more of like a modern kind of family or relationship or whatever, that we can't understand that. Us audience, it's too taboo.
It's just too much for us to understand. Exactly. Yeah, we just can't possibly. Yeah, no.
I don't think it is. I think people fully...
It definitely
not all
isn't.
People. Not all people. We still live in a Trump fucking society.
Yeah.
But a lot of people would understand if he just told the truth.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, we get it. Your friend needed to get pregnant. You helped her out. Her and her partner broke up. You stepped in to form more of a role. And then, one thing led to another. We had 2 more kids.
See, that's where it gets funky.
That's where it gets so funky. But if you own it and you're honest with it, people understand. We've seen crazier. Like, it's not
for
that,
sure.
You know what I mean?
Sure. Yep.
Just own it and do right by the kids. That's it. So here she now blaming us like we're dumb.
Right. That's what got me. I was like, oh, you called me stupid?
Straight up. She said, bitch, you dumb. That's what she said. I know Tyler's hard. I know it's hard for him to navigate this thing with his friend. He grew up in a single parent household. It was hard for him not to step up.
He's just such a hero.
He's a hero. This hero narrative. Oh my God. For this man who hasn't seen his kids in over a year is so crazy to me. And very annoying of Kinetic that they're letting him get away with that too.
Very, for the sake of their show.
The sake of the show, yeah. That's fucked up.
It is. I really wonder how both of them got past the psychological evaluation.
Ashley and Tyler?
Both of them. Because I think they're long. I think they're like 500 questions long.
Yeah, probably.
What are why aren't the questions, if you have kids, would you ignore them and run?
Like... Tyler is he's a very scary individual.
Very.
But he's been like also nurtured to be this way.
Absolutely.
Because of the lack of accountability of all these different women in his life. His mom being one of the wildest fucking older women I've seen on TV. Same. Sat up there and denied her grandkids the same way he denied the kids. Ashley sitting here saying, it's fine. He told me off camera that the kids do know him. I don't care that he denied them on camera. Like... all of these people in his life that just have nurtured him, allowed him to get off scot-free with everything. That's why he's sitting here sitting pretty, big old smile, pearly white smile.
Yep.
Talking about, I'm so happy with my life. And then now Kinetic and Netflix letting him get away with murder as well. He's one to watch. He's going to be up to some fuck shit.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So yeah, a lot of lingering questions with those two, but anyways.
Yeah. Oh my God. And she said something I just want to point out really quickly. She said something that really, really bothered me. She said, when I said till death do us part, and I said I do to all of it, and this love is a rarity. Everybody listen to that. That is exactly who you don't want to be. You can find this nigga anywhere. A nigga who's ignoring his kids, girl, you can find this literally anywhere. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Who's gonna like worship you because you ignore them too? This is, you can find that all over the place. What do you mean this is a rarity? No, it isn't.
This ain't special, girl.
Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
What? This is only a rarity because of how all the details that are coming out and everything that he did to make all these mistakes. That's the only rarity that I see.
Yeah.
But having some trifling nigga tell you that you are a ride or die and you he's so happy that you love him no matter what. That's all over the place. What are you talking about? What do you mean?
Yeah. She just operates from such scarcity.
Scarcity mindset is scary. That's a scary place to be.
Yeah, get you settling for bullshit.
Yeah.
Absolute bullshit that you do not deserve. And to have you not asking the questions you should be asking because you deserve certain answers. But you're just letting him give you whatever he wants to say and then just kind of justifying it in your head to yourself. Oh, it's fine.
Yep.
He told me off camera that the kids do know him. It's okay. Can we break that down, though? He denied them on camera. You're okay with that part?
Why? And you played along with it.
Right.
Like, you knew the answers to those questions, still answer those questions, and then, like, let that play out. That's so because the rarity that you're working from is, like, 52% of Black women don't get married or whatever the fuck the stat is. I don't even know what the stat is anymore. But that's what she's, like, working off of, right? These, like, statistics.
He is the last nigga on earth, is how she sees it. It's the last dude she gonna get, so he's good enough. Let me go with it. Damn. That sucks.
Yeah.
That really sucks. Hey, anyways, they turn to AD real quick. She's thriving, living her best life.
I know. Love that for her.
Did we talk about her dress already? I didn't like her dress.
No. Yeah, I didn't love her dress either.
Wasn't a huge fan, but whatever. She's dating someone, apparently, so she's keeping it private. All right, Marissa and Ramses. Ramses looked miserable.
Yeah, he looked like really, he didn't know what was going to come for him. He didn't have the answers prepared.
Shook.
He was shook with how he was perceived. I think he thought he would be perceived much differently, and I think he was not.
Yep.
So.
So yeah, Marissa's like immediately emotional. She's talking about how rewatching the whole thing broke her heart all over again. Ramses, so he claims he was looking for the love of his life, says he started to recognize how different their energy was and the balance that he felt in the pods in the real world was missing. And it apparently hit him one day that if he were to stay with Marissa every day, he would be exhausted.
I've never heard of this before. This is so foreign to me. I have no idea what he's talking about. I live with a turtle. When I tell you I live with a 125-year-old turtle who gave me this ring on my hair right now, he's not at all exhausted by me. What is she talking about?
The way he's putting the terms is horrible. Like, again, saying this out loud with Marissa there, I think is just mean.
Yeah.
You need to find better words than this because I kind of understand what he's trying to say.
Okay.
They have different energies. She's bubbly and talkative and she wants to go do all the things all the time. And he's way more just like low key. Sometimes that matches. You and your husband basically or have the same kind of dynamic. Crunch obviously doesn't find it exhausting. He finds it exhilarating or he loves it. Ramses initially loved it, right? At one point he did love it. But then at some point that mismatch of energy for him just feels too much. Like he just can't constantly be in this feeling, I guess, depleted by somebody who has so much like social energy, maybe. So I kind of can see where he's trying to say.
Okay, because she's trying to drag him along for so many of these things.
Maybe. Yeah. We're inferring a lot. I don't know.
Yeah, a lot. Okay. Yeah.
So I'm trying to like, I'm more introvert. My husband's more an extrovert. But he's like an extroverted homebody. I'm the one that's dragging this out. He will sit on that couch. So there's like a nice little balance, right? He's not like up my ass, dragging me all over the place. We got to talk to this person, that person, blah, blah, blah. I don't know if that's what Marissa's energy is like. Let's go here. Let's go do this. Let's go do that. Like that after a while for me would be exhausting. So I understand the energy feeling like it's too much. I think what is annoying though is how he's saying it to her and basically telling this woman, you're too much, you're exhausting, blah, 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 blah. And then also this, I woke up one day and realized this. Her energy has never changed.
Right.
If you really know yourself, you would have picked up in the pods that this person, their energy is going to be too much for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
But he clearly doesn't know that about himself. And then just dragged it along way too long. And I think he probably felt that doubt the entire time.
Yeah, I'm sure in the honeymoon.
The entire time.
Oh, but I guess it manifested differently. On the honeymoon, they were fucking the whole time.
So they were both, boom, energy match, right?
Yeah.
And then it's when we get back to the house, now it's like boom, in your face. But I just feel like if you know yourself enough, this man was married before. Like,
right.
Don't you know the type of person you could live with? You've lived with somebody before. Wouldn't you kind of know what your energy, what you need for yourself? If you're very protective of your energy and your space and your me time and all of that, you would know, I would think.
There it is. That's what I was missing too. He's probably the type, I need my meditation room. I need 10 minutes to do this. I need 8 minutes to do that. I need to do my breathing exercises, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Okay.
So I just, again, just another person who just like seemed unprepared and not ready for this experiment or not ready for this situation, which I didn't think he would be the one because he's been married before.
Right. And he's 34.
And he's older. Yeah. Marissa's bean-ass mama was there looking like she about to leap off that couch and
kill him. Yeah. She could do it too.
She looked like she had a shank up her sleeve. Yeah. Little switch knife, boop. Just
a razor under the tongue.
Razor under the tongue, exactly. She says she was en route to the wedding. She was flying back into town or whatever for this wedding. This is how to the wire this was. Like, I think it was like 2 days out.
It was 2 days before.
When they called off the wedding. She said she came, learned that they were breaking up, came to speak to them. And she actually thanked him. She's like, thank you for calling off the wedding.
Yep.
Because she was going to be here all the way through. And clearly she doesn't need to be here. Marissa, her whole thing is she just didn't have a say. He had made up his mind. So she couldn't even fight for it.
What a great point. I thought she really articulated that well.
Because that's what it is. Like, I do think she dodged the bullet. She got out. I don't think this would have been a great relationship for her. In particular, I think she would have compromised a lot of herself. But I understand it feeling unfair that she's like, we didn't even get an opportunity to fight for it. Like, you just made up your mind 2 days before. Like, the hell? And then, he just kind of apologizes that he didn't bring it up sooner. That was it. The one thing he did want to clarify is the whole contraception thing, which I told you myself. I was like, this is a gaping hole. I wanted to see the end of this conversation. So I'm glad he at least said, he was like, I didn't present an ultimatum to her. I'm aware of the effects of hormonal contraception. We did have a more nuanced conversation. We landed on something that worked for us. I think you said you heard her in an interview say that they were doing...
Yeah, she said on stories that they did natural cycling
or whatever. So that was that. We see Zach and Bliss. They got the first Love is Blind baby.
Yeah, that they had... Oh my God, they made her... Poor Galileo appear.
They did.
I was like, oh my gosh, she get a fee?
Right, what's her appearance fee?
Oh my God.
Nick and Hannah. Hannah looks great. I read an article with her about her weight loss. You know, she admitted, everybody's kind of, oh, she's on Ozempic. What the hell is Ozempic? She admitted she tried Ozempic and made her sick, and this is diet and exercise. And
that's
so good for her. Hannah just says she's very blunt. She's direct. You know, sometimes my delivery doesn't come out the way I think. I know I can sound like a bitch. I know I have to be more careful. I'm aware. And then said all the things I said were true, but it just wasn't the way I should have said it.
You see what I'm talking about? Y'all see why I was a Hannah apologist? But also, this really like reminded me, like, damn, she's 27. She's young.
Yeah, well, what does that mean, though? What do you mean?
Meaning, it, like, in the way she speaks, like, I'm just direct. I know it's bad. I'm just direct. Like, she she still don't have the language for
I know. She's still working on that delivery. But you can tell she's at least working on it, though. Like, yeah. She could have came in wrong and strong, and she came in a bit more humble, but still, like, this is me. This is kind of my personality, too. Nick said, you know, he respects her opinion, that, you know, he doesn't expect anything less from her. He did, though, specifically call out, feeling, when she said everything I said was true, he was like, well, you calling me not as intelligent as you or financially literate, not respectful, like that. I didn't appreciate that. That was confusing to me. Hannah, again, she's like, I have a big personality. I don't know.
See, that could
gotta have.
Come on now, girl. Okay.
She's like, you do have to have, she's recognized you have to have a lot of patience to be with me. She literally says, she's like, I get it. It makes sense what you're saying. Sleeves kind of presses her. Do you have any remorse about what you said? And again, she's like, I'm harsh. I'm a bit direct. I've been working on it, but it's inherently who I am. She does eventually apologize and says to him flat out, I'm sorry I was so cruel to you. Which I'm glad, because my whole thing coming into this reunion, I was like, what energy is she going to come with? Is she going to come standing on business, wrong and strong, and have her whole neck rolling? You know what I mean? Or is she going to have done a year of reflection and like, okay, I don't look great. Let me, come a little bit more humble, So I do appreciate that. And she's taking accountability for needing to work on her delivery and her directness. She says she's been working on herself all year, inside and out. She didn't need to watch the show to know she had things to work on.
I love that she said that.
She like really owned it. Just took full, I got shit to work on. I know this, and I've been working on it. Now, Nick, this is where he gave himself the ill setup.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Nick, you should have took a page from Ramses and sat there and just said nothing.
Sat down.
And said not a thing.
And then you both could have started a behind the scenes podcast. And now look at the two of you. Oh my God.
So Nick is like, Hannah's been getting a lot of undeserved hate. It's not been fair, guys. Like,
trying to be the hero, trying to be her hero.
Yup. And she immediately is like, oh, well, why are you liking some of those comments, though? Then she shares a story about how her friends post-breakup came to the apartment to help her pack up and move out. And they happened to come across...
No. They dug through all her shit.
Oh, yeah.
Found his personal diary. I tried to screenshot Garrett and Taylor's face when they said that. Really? And you can't screenshot Netflix. I was so sad. Yeah. Their faces were horrified.
Really?
Because that's horrific.
She went through his shit and found his notebook.
My friends come over and like thrive through my like ex-fiance shit. Stuff. Nah, you gotta go. That's crazy.
That's crazy. I know. We happened to come across. I said, Hannah, her and her friends are wild.
They are crazy.
They are so wild. So on the one hand, she's bringing up, she shouldn't have done this, right? Going through his stuff, and now she's, found something. But on the other hand, what she found is very interesting.
Yeah.
So she said in his notebook, there was a page dated for 2 weeks prior to filming. And it was like 3 goals. First goal, I want to sell 2 houses. Yeah. Second goal, I want to get in the best shape of my life. Third goal, I want to be the most famous person ever on Love is Blind.
The person is what killed me.
The person.
The singularity that he thinks he could have achieved, that's why she peeped that he was so delusional. Because you can't be that famous. The only famous people who come out of Love is Blind are couples.
Are married couples.
Oh my God. Oh yeah. Maybe Jessica. I'll give you Jessica. And the moment that she had, but she got taken down real quick. So
just so stupid. So he didn't like he which was so annoying to me. I was like, you knew she saw this note, but this notebook exists. Like, the whole thing. He couldn't even like just quick on his feet. He's trying to put something together. I write out 90-day goals. And then he blamed his friend. His friend pushed him to write goals. I didn't know what to write for the third one. So I just wrote this. And I wrote this way before the show, which I don't even know why that matters when you wrote it. You wrote it.
You wrote
want to be famous on Love is Blind. I don't care if it was a day before or a month before. You wrote it.
Oh my God.
Marissa backs up Hannah. She's like, I just find the whole thing insulting. Like, we came here for love and your intentions are obviously nefarious. He's like, oh, I didn't take it seriously. I left my notebook out. I knew it was in the notebook. Like, it didn't matter to me if she read the notebook because I didn't care what that goal didn't hold any weight or whatever.
See, that's why you wanted to rebrand as a goal-oriented person, which you did not come off as on television.
No.
And now you're trying to blame everything else and try to say it wasn't that serious. You still wrote that shit down. That's still weird.
You wrote it down and you're caught.
And you're caught.
You are a fame seeker. You wrote it down on paper for people to see.
To manifest.
Yes, you literally were manifesting. Like, It's on paper for people to see. You came on this show for fame. You wrote it out yourself, my guy. Like, oh my God. Then Hannah says, he's a very calculated person. After the reveal, he was calling me names, about how the way she looked and whatnot. But on camera, he was so nice to me. And she's like, just be for real. Be fucking for real, please.
Oh my God. It matches up so well with that he wanted to be famous.
It totally checks out.
Right?
Totally checks out. He's conscious of the cameras. On cameras, I can't say shit about her. I got to show up as this person, the straight-laced guy. Off camera, I'm going to do whatever. Marissa chimes in because she heard the things he was saying about her looks. Alex was over there nodding her head.
Yeah, she knew too.
She knew too. And I wasn't surprised at all because Nick and Hannah were both insecure about their looks. They both talked about looks the most on this season, right?
Yep.
So I'm not surprised that he was talking about her looks.
Right.
Hannah did it on camera.
Yeah.
He was, as she said, more calculated and made sure to do it off camera. But he's still dumb because he did it off camera, clearly to the wrong people. Yeah.
To the rest of the cast.
To the rest of the cast. Like an idiot. Talk to your friends who have no consequence in this whole thing. You talk to Steven. What?
Who will throw you under the bus, child? He got no
right
loyalty
under.
to nothing.
Nobody, nothing. He's trying to save himself. Oh my God. So he is just doubling down. He never said anything, never spoke about her looks. I didn't say any, like denying the whole thing. He's never spoken about her looks at all is what he's saying. Monica chimed in and said, that's a lie.
Yep.
She was like, Steven flat out told me. Steven said, yes, it happened. I did tell her. So now, Nick, you're just sitting there. You're pushing to a corner. Just admit it.
Yeah. Just admit it. Just say so.
Just say so. Everybody heard. He called her a grenade, said she was 5 out of 10. Like, so many people on stage were like, yeah, we all heard it, bro.
Yep.
We all heard it. At one point, Ramses literally looked at him and was like, just keep it 100.
Yeah.
This is your moment to just take accountability. Shut up. Just own it. And then Nick goes just bringing up irrelevant bullshit to try to save himself. Well, why did she invite me over a month later to hang out?
There goes the patriarchy. There it goes.
How is that even relevant?
How is that relevant?
How is that relevant at all? He's trying to say like...
what he's trying to say? Tell me.
He's trying to say like, obviously I'm not that bad of a person if she forgave me enough to hang out with me later. If we slept, because she flat out said they slept together like on the side. Yeah. She slept with me later, so obviously I'm not that bad. That's what he's trying to say.
Right. Yeah.
It's not relevant. It's just not relevant to this conversation. Has nothing to do with this is apples and oranges. Like, what is this doing in this conversation now? Who cares? Marissa showed her whole ass. She's like, it's a breakup.
She sure did.
Everybody does crazy shit. I was fucking Ramses. Who cares?
And I'm sure she was too.
Of course.
Sneaking out from her mama's house like, I just want to see him one time. We all been there, girl. You were sliding down the wall. Okay? That's fine.
That's fine. But I'm glad she kind of owned that because Nick was really trying to make Hannah look like something. And Marissa's like, it's a breakup. We all go back and do messy shit on a breakup.
Right.
We break up and the next week I'm texting you because I want some dick. Like, it happens. Everybody does it.
Yes. And you just broke up with me on camera because of like who I am. Now I hate myself. So I'm definitely gonna fuck you now. You know what I mean?
Oh God.
Oh, it's a symptom. It's a symptom. It's terrible, but it happens.
It happens. And it was like he was like trying to make a dig, and Marissa's response to me was the most relatable.
Yeah.
Because we all know exactly what Hannah was doing or what Marissa was even doing. Fucking Ramses. People have been there. Everybody's had messy ass breakups. Shut up. So yeah, Nick just unprepared, was being super stubborn, really wanted to come here and just shower in this love, this newfound fame.
And shine bright like a diamond.
And he just, was a flop. It was such a flop. He had a flop performance at this reunion.
Flop. Because he doesn't match his actions up with his words ever.
And he wasn't as tight off camera.
Exactly. Right. Yeah. In any way. Right. So like during filming, he clearly wasn't the type. The whole couch is talking about.
All the shit you said.
Lady ugly. Right. Same. He reminded me a lot of Wes on Summer House. Remember how Paige was saying that Wes was like texting the group like, this is the best season of Summer House ever. And then we're like, this is our real life. What are you talking about?
What are you talking about? Lindsay and fucking, what's his name? Carl are like having the worst year of their life.
Yeah. Like what do you mean? Why are you doing this? They said he was on the plane telling strangers, oh yeah, we're here for a TV show. So during filming, you were acting like that. And now Hannah's telling you during the show being aired. Now you're liking comments, hate comments on her page and shit. You don't have to do any of that. All those are choices that you made.
Yeah. But you're so happy to be here. That's what he's so happy to be in this Love is Blind sphere and just riding this wave. That's why he's acting like this. Damn, that's true. It was very West. It was very West.
Very West. Yeah, it reminded me a lot. And Paige was to Marissa.
Yes.
They were on that couch.
Exactly. Schooling him. Like, you are an idiot. This is our real life. What are you talking about? Like, oh my God. Then we get into whole Nick, Katie, and Hannah thing. They replayed the fight. Hannah saying she didn't trust Katie. Katie's perspective, her and Nick dated for a few days in the pods. She dipped. He had questions. Like, there was nothing more to it. She thought Hannah knew her heart. It made her sick to know that Hannah thought that she couldn't trust her or whatever.
Girl, I was like, come on now. You 10 years older than this girl, please. Why are you begging for her? Yeah, she's 35, Katie.
What?
That's what I'm saying. Imagine.
I know.
Imagine.
Begging for this friendship of this fucking recent college grad. Like,
she's like a baby. She doesn't know her. So, like, of course she said that. Don't you remember saying crazy shit, Katie, when you were 27?
I wanted to know the origins of this friendship. When they keep calling it best friends, did they really just meet in the pods or did they know each other afterwards? It was just the pods?
Yeah, she said they were my best friends in the pods. Me, Marissa, and Hannah were like a trio.
Oh my goodness. This is so stupid. The whole segment was just so dumb. It's like, I can't. Leo and Brittany, Lord.
Brittany came out looking like 99 cents. I was like, girl, it's the boobs.
The boobs look painful to me.
They look like
hurt.
Rocks.
Yeah. They look like
stiff.
they really stiff, hard. Oof.
Yeah. Her face looked gorgeous though. Again, neck up. Beautiful.
Neck up.
Neck down. I was like, oh no.
Not it. But yeah, they don't really talk about much. They're like besties in real life. It didn't work out.
They're
not very
surprising.
Close. Yeah.
That's
definitely not surprising. Girl. I would hang on to Leo too as a friend.
Absolutely.
That'd be my best friend. See you later, bitch. I'm going to Miami for the weekend. Like,
yep. To meet all the rest of his friends.
Oh yeah, exactly. Exactly. So not surprised. But yeah, nothing really there. Brittany's dating someone. Leo's still single. There was a moment. You caught that moment during the segment where Steven like chimed in for no fucking reason. Desperate for attention.
Desperate for so much attention. Please don't have this nigga on Perfect Match. Please.
Oh, I don't want to see him again.
Please. I do not want to see him in any kind of like shirtless capacity, beach level shit. Like, I don't want to see that. You know what I mean?
Nope. But oh my God, so hungry for the attention. So next we go to Steven and Monica, and it started off just like so awkward because he was like, his energy was weird. He was like, oh yeah, you guys want to talk about the texts? The texts were juicy. Like,
and then was like, I don't remember
reading the room. Yeah. Just like no awareness.
None. Yeah.
He says, out of respect for the individual, I won't go into details on the text. On the text.
Individual who you do not know.
Who you said you never met and only texted that day. Out of respect for that person.
But you also have known her for years. You are a subscriber. I'm so tired of these niggas, girl. I'm so tired of these niggas.
Oh my God. This is an OnlyFans girl that he's like flat out just in a 5-year relationship. But they have a relationship.
Yeah. It gives transactional.
It does.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, why would this girl be back and forth with you all the time? And you live in DC. That's a major city. It's not like you live in the middle of nowhere.
Right.
Like, you could probably
hop on a flight.
This girl out.
Right.
And go see this girl or whatever. Why? What is that relation? I don't know anybody. This is, again, I don't know this person. I'm having a really hard time with this. And then please put down below if this is like a thing. Maybe she lives in London. Maybe she lives in Australia.
I mean, Catfish is still on TV like 20 years later. People still out here doing
television.
Internet relationships and not talking for years and not seeing each other. So
they never ever met.
Same there. Exactly.
Yeah, so maybe this is a thing.
Maybe that. But I could see this being a OnlyFans or an internet girl.
Yeah.
Where it's a one-way relationship.
And you know she makes it seem like it's two-way.
She makes it seem.
For a monthly fee.
Yeah.
Exactly. Which, shout out to you, girl.
The hell yeah. Mm-hmm. But once it's not serving her, she's out. Hence why y'all haven't spoken. Right. Oh my God. Damn, Steven. He just... But him just even starting off with that was like... And Monica just said what everyone was thinking. Out of respect for her, but you didn't have any respect for me on national television. Like, he's so dumb. Like,
oh my God.
So he tries to come, tail beneath his legs. You know, I took full responsibility. You know, me and Monica went for dinner. You know, we talked everything through. I even wrote her family a letter. The minute he said that, she said, I knew you were going to say that shit. The minute I got the letter, I knew you were going to mention it on the reunion. And voila, he just it. Like, oh, these people are so fake.
I know. I'm so happy she called that shit out, though.
I'm happy she did too.
Yeah.
But it's so infuriating seeing these women who seem like they really wanted to find their person, right? Monica's not playing around. I was like 36.
Yeah, she's 36. She wants like the whole white picket fence family.
Thing.
This in concept works for her. It's accelerated.
Exactly. Right? Marissa crying them big ass tears. That bitch was really
that was so real.
That was too real. She was going through it. Like, and then you just see these just losers, like just fake, phony losers who clearly did not come here for marriage, for love. They came there with their own agenda and intentions, and that's it.
Yeah.
God. So Steven got on with his tiny violin talking about no one cares. This was crazy. You gonna have to take the heat, bruh. You gonna have to figure this shit out. This internet hate you getting, figure that shit out, because you had this girl on here looking nuts. You almost met her daddy, and you was in a sleep study texting some bitch you don't even know. And now you are like, how much can I take? No one will believe me. This whole thing that he went, this whole performance.
I was like, okay, I've watched now 4 seasons of couples therapy, at least 3 times each. If you have a good therapist, the therapist told you this was going to happen to you on this reunion.
Exactly. Yeah.
You should be prepared to face a lot of backlash.
What are people talking about in therapy, yo? Like,
he's not even receiving what this lady's saying. Whoever's on the couch across from him, he's like, wah, 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 wah. He's just there to like count it that he went to therapy.
That's it. I can tell how many times in therapy the agenda for the day was, I need help with this difficult conversation I'm about to have tomorrow.
Yes.
And we talk it out, we script it out, we talk it through. I feel comfortable with it. That was a lot of my therapy sessions. It's like, I need help with this thing I have on Friday.
Yeah. Yep.
Steven, you're about to go fight for your life and defend yourself on national television.
Right.
You won't have to come better with, no one will hear my side, and I've done the work, and how much can I take? How much responsibility can I take? Are you serious, my guy? We hate you. You look a damn fool for many reasons, and you made this woman look a goddamn fool.
I would have even loved if he came up on that stage and really represented for the kink community.
I would have taken that too.
I absolutely would have taken that. If he went the Daniel
he could have done that
route,
angle. I know, he could have done that angle.
He could have done that.
He really could have.
And been like, you know what? I really own the fact that I cheated. And I have a problem with emotional cheating. But shaming me for my kink was really wrong to do on television.
He really could have done that.
He could have went that angle, but he's so far up his own butt that he's like, I wrote them a letter. What else do you want from me? I'm reading books, okay, about Nigeria. What else do you want from me? No one asked you to read about Nigeria.
Nobody asked. I didn't care about no letter to her daddy. Like, yeah, he's just unprepared. That's what it is. It's unprepared. Yeah. You're right. He could have really turned this whole thing on Monica if he really wanted to.
Kinetic.
And kinetic. and just his whole portrayal and just really steeped into kink activism real quick.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Absolutely. I would have really been very impressed, actually. If he did that.
I'd been like, all right, let me sit my ass down, shut up. Like, but just unprepared. I don't know what he talks about in therapy that week, but it wasn't how to prepare for this reunion.
Or even how, because clearly he wants to be famous. He's judging on every single conversation. He had nothing to do with it.
Nothing.
Even when you're looking at people who are famous, what do? They usually have a cause. They usually have something that they're standing up for. They usually have something that people can relate to. There are so many men out here who like maybe a little something in the booty, who would have really appreciated you standing up for them on Netflix.
He really could have took it there.
Man, there's a lot of men. You know what I mean? That's not like so foreign, so crazy. Like,
But yeah, unprepared.
Yeah.
He didn't even see that option because he's so far up his ass. So yeah, he explains the whole text thing with the girl. I had a moment of weakness. He said, someone texted me talking about their heart condition. Then the conversation went to fetishes. She brought up fetishes. And I decided to entertain it. I asked what kind of fetishes. And then we kept going back and forth and I entertained it. And then I put my phone down because I didn't want to be that man and I wanted to conquer this demon that I've already conquered before.
And this demon I conquered before. And it kept going back from DMs to texts. And I was like, nah, you got this girl's phone number. Why do you have this person's phone number if you met them on Instagram and you've never met in real life?
You've never met?
Because this is a Google phone number. I'm so tired of this. Oh my God.
Oh, God. Monica. So Sleeves asked Monica about the fact that Steven shared in the pods that he emotionally cheated before. And whether, basically, if she regrets like moving forward with him after learning that.
Yeah.
Monica said, which I could see, she said, you know, I've dated cheaters before and none of them had been as honest as Steven. So I appreciated his honesty and I saw it as a yellow flag. He also talked up and down about going to therapy, doing the work, and he made me feel so safe that when he did cheat, I just never saw it coming. I could see that.
Me too.
I could see that. Him, because he was one that was like very catering, you know, Monica's this and that and all of her ass and and making her feel very warm and cozy. And therapy, men nowadays dropping, I'm in therapy, is just a move.
Dropping it. Yeah, Jonah Hill, down.
Weaponizing that shit against us. I'm in therapy. Okay. So then trying to trick bitches into thinking, oh, he's done the work. He's all right. Nah, that shit's a lie now. You got to see right through that. And then, yeah, he's not seen the girl since, never met her, met on Instagram, like just fucking. So that's, I don't want to see Steven
ever again.
Ever again. Never. Next, we have Tim and Alex. So we start with the honeymoon fight. Alex said it was a verbal disagreement. She said her dad was admitted into rehab a week before she left for the show. She hadn't spoken to her family in 3 weeks. All of it was weighing on her. And at that moment, she just wanted space. That wasn't given to her. And so it turned into a disagreement. From Tim's perspective, he said, you know, everything was fine and dandy. We left the pool party. Or she left the pool party before me, so I was trying to catch up with her. I find her, she's crying on the floor. I knew it had something to do with her family, but I didn't know what exactly, so I was trying to understand. Next thing I know, her hand's on my mouth. She called me out my name. He says, you know, I'm a 6 foot tall, 200-pound black man. I don't want to get portrayed as an angry person. But when I have my own feelings and I get passionate, I'm going to say them. That balance and that curse of being a big black man or being a black woman, and you can't just emote without thinking twice what I'm going to look like is, I feel so sad for us that we were in that situation.
I feel sucks. That too. I feel that. However, if you have emotional intelligence and emotional regulation, you can do it, because this happened to Serena and Cordell.
Okay.
Serena cursed him out so many times, girl. So many times. Publicly pointed in his face, got in his face, yelling and screaming. Call him a nappy-headed ass. Like,
oh my God.
All this, right? All the other men, especially the self-hating black one, Kendall, were like, oh, that can't be your wife. You want that to be your wife? Da, 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 da. Was polarized against a white woman, Kayla, who was screaming, yelling, crying all over the place. But Cordell has the emotional intelligence to fight with her in a way that he just like let her get it out.
Yeah.
And let it be emotion. And so now we all know that speech by heart. Now that speech is a Halloween costume that I saw tons of people doing. So I feel like there's a little bit of progress made. When I saw Cordell and Serena do that, and I saw how popular and how well she came off too. She came off really, really good during that conversation. And Kendall came off really bad during that private conversation. I was like, okay, there's a little bit of room here if you have emotional intelligence to let somebody say their piece and understand the language they're speaking in. But
neither one of these people, Tim nor Alex, have it. Neither one of them. I can't even be like Team Tim or Team Matt. Like,
no.
Neither one of them have the emotional wherewithal to allow that space for her to be in her feelings about her family and maybe be, it's tough having a father who's sick, right? Really sick.
Yes.
And you're now on a TV show. I can't imagine what that's like and what she's going through and how that's even manifesting outwardly, right? And then him being confused, trying to support his new fiance, wanting to be there for her. She's calling him a little bitch. And then now he's like getting mad. Like neither one of them have the wherewithal to give the other person space to emote.
Yeah. Right. And she was mad at her personal situation. Serena was mad at Cordell.
Him.
So it was very justified, all that anger that came up. Alex, I don't know why she was so angry.
Yeah. They kind of miss
they're missing something there.
She's crying on the floor and then somehow it escalated. And we don't know what exactly escalated it.
Yeah,
she's saying he was raising his voice. He's saying she called him a little ass bitch. But how did we get there?
How did we get
crying
there?
On the floor about her dad? Like,
right. Because now I'm calling you angry on my black ass podcast. Like, you know what I mean? Because I don't know what happened.
Because I don't know exactly.
Weird. Okay. Yeah.
So yeah, he's like, I took this process very seriously. I hate that our worst moment is what everyone wants to talk about. Which, it was off camera. So now we want to know. It was off camera, and it was the seemingly the straw that broke the camel's back because y'all went whoosh, downhill from there. So we want to talk about the fight on the honeymoon. We heard she laid hands. We heard she called you a bitch ass nigga. Like, we want to know
because of the story you told.
Yeah. So we're gonna ask questions. Sorry. Alex clears up that it wasn't physical. That she didn't, what she said in another interview we saw, she didn't put hands on him. She like motioned for him to be quiet. He agrees. But that's also really interesting. Tim knows what he's doing. He allowed the story and the narrative that she like knocked his ass out in the closet. He allowed that shit to just circulate.
But I'm supposed to feel so bad for you because you're a big black man and I don't want you to know how you came off. Nigga, please.
But then she's over here looking like a crazy, also angry black person,
Exactly, right.
And you allowed this narrative of she beat your ass up to go around. You know what I mean? She was the one that had to, that's annoying to me. She was the one that had to clear up that I didn't touch him. And he's like, she's right. She didn't touch me. You could have cleared that up for all of us.
Yep.
Because this whole fight became way worse because it was said to be a physical altercation. You could have said that it wasn't. She said she merely was trying to prevent production from coming to film them. She was trying to de-escalate because it seems like they were filming was down.
They were running.
They were exactly. Cameramen were running. They hear something going on, some commotion. So she's like, shh, like trying to get him to be quiet. So they don't get got on camera.
Alex, come on the pod. I want to know exactly what that was like. Because I feel like she heard somebody out the door like, hey, everything okay? And she's like, shut the fuck up.
Yes. I think that's literally what happened.
What happened,
I
right?
think so.
Because I'm like, where's the anger coming in? Like, how did we get angry at the other person when you are dealing with something really serious at home?
Yeah, there's something missing there for sure. Oh, God. But yeah, she openly admits she called him a little ass bitch. He said, why would you say that to any man who's out here trying to love you?
No. I'm just trying to love you.
I'm just trying to love
like a
you.
real man.
I mean, I see what he's saying, though.
Yeah, I do see what he's saying, too. Yeah.
You can't be... you're trying to be in a relationship with somebody. I'm trying to love on you. We're supposed to form a relationship together, blah, 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 blah. And you out here call me a little ass bitch. And we just met. Like,
right.
Why are you doing that? But then that's where he said, y'all ask men.
There we go.
To take you seriously. And I was like, okay.
There we go. When I heard him say a man trying to love you, I said, there we go. There it is. Because that's a human trying to love you. I would say that's anybody who calls name calls in a relationship. That's crazy.
Right. So yeah. Alex calls him selfish, saying just everything is about him. In that moment, she just wants to shower and go to bed. And that was it.
Yeah.
And they just go back and forth, back and forth. They hate each other, these two.
Oh my God, so badly.
Despise each other. They fuck each other. Like, they hate each other.
And they get off on hating each other, I think.
Some about it. This tit for tat, this back and forth. They just, love being in it. Because I don't got energy for this. I don't fight with nobody in my life like this. No. To be just doing this, regular. Every time we see each other, we just... it's like we about to die.
Yeah. Oof.
Hey. Then we get into the nap situation. Alex going to sleep on his family. Mm-hmm. She gave a lot more context where I was like, okay. So she says, I work in fashion and I bartend. That night I had to bartend for the first time. Mm-hmm. She said, I spent 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. with his family. Mm-hmm. I had to bartend from 9 p.m. to 3 a.m. I simply wanted a nap. A 1 hour power nap before I went to work. That makes sense to me.
That does make sense. I didn't know she had to go to work.
I didn't know she had to work. The issue is, I don't think any of this was communicated ahead of time. That's where they fucked up. Yeah. Because I think she should have, and maybe she did, but to me, it seems like these people don't even talk. The way they talk, they even seem like they live together, honestly.
I was really wondering that.
Mm-hmm. He was like, you didn't call me when you got home. I was like, aren't you home? Wouldn't you have seen when she got home?
Yeah. Yeah, they kept talking about when she got home. And I was like, isn't it the same home?
The same home? They haven't been living together. They don't talk to each other. They don't fuck with each other, clearly, in this process. But I think what I would have communicated before his parents even came.
Yeah.
I'm here for you. I'm here for your family. Mm-hmm. But I'm going to be working a graveyard shift, damn near. Mm-hmm. Let me get a power nap in before I go to work. Mm-hmm. And then even when his parents come, explain the same thing.
It's the same. I would say it so many times.
Yeah.
To where everybody's gonna has know. So many instances of footage that I said this.
Yeah. I'm so happy to meet you guys. I'm here for you. But I'm working a new job today, new bar. I start at 9. I need a power nap. And then I'm all yours. Mm-hmm. I don't think she said that. I think that bitch just grabbed her pillow and went upstairs and took a nap, and that was it. So too.
Yeah.
He said, explained why the whole engagement ended so disrespectfully. The way he was going in on her. I showed up for her family when it was my turn. It wasn't, reciprocated.
Oh my God, that's because it wasn't the same situation. Your mom was up here telling your whole business, Timothy.
Oh my God.
This lady's dad was sick. What are you talking about?
I understand the disrespect he sees though, because if she just grabs her stuff and goes up to bed and didn't explain that she's going to work and she's doing this and doing that, I would see it as a slap in the face. I grilled all fucking day, did the dishes and wrote a letter to your daddy and read it out loud. And you're going to take a nap right now. You know what I mean? I don't think it was communicated. Then he tries to throw some fuel into the fire. You was out clubbing the night before. The next day you didn't text me till the afternoon. And now they just get back into it, back and forth.
I was like, well, her shift is 9 to 3. Yeah, right. She was out till 4.
Yeah. Well, no, he's saying she went to the club the night before. And was out till 4 a.m. Oh. She called that as a lie. She was like, the night before your parents, we went to dinner. And then he was like, well, before we met my parent or your parents, remember we at the club? And she's like, you didn't say that. You said the night before we met your parents.
Your parents.
I was at the club. That's not true. We went to dinner. So he's now like,
just picking and choosing.
Yeah. Saying shit, hoping people will just skirt by. She's like, get back to that. The night before your parents, we were at Bonefish. Be clear.
Because she's sick and tired of this. Because everybody thinks she's this big bad wolf.
Yeah.
Physically fought this man like Ronda Rousey. And now she's over it. I get it. Oof.
And then she shared at said dinner, the night before they meet his parents, they go to dinner.
Yeah.
Which is, it sounds like the day after they met her parents.
Her parents, which was 2 nights before she was at the club.
Right.
Got it. Okay.
She said at the dinner, he told me he had doubts.
Yeah.
And she's like, you just met my dad and I'm about to meet your parents. What do you mean you have doubts? Why even involve my dad if you have doubts? Which is true.
Yes, it is.
I totally see that.
Yes. And it's not the timeline that he said. He said he felt disrespected after his parents. You had doubts before she even met your family.
Exactly.
Oh, he trifling. Damn.
So they do a lot of back and forth. Sleeves tries to shut it down. It's like, you guys should talk privately. They both were like, we're good.
We're not gonna.
All these people hate each other.
Oh my God. I hope to never meet anyone like this. That I hate this deeply.
Hate like this, I know.
Because they both hate the same parts of each other. That's what's so interesting to me. They both hate this like stone wall that they both put up. Ooh, I hope to never.
Yeah, they just seem so childish to me. So childish. They both have different versions of the same events. You know what I mean? He's dropping things and she's like, nope, that's not right. It's this over here. Like, they just foolery. These 2 people are here to get married.
I know.
That's a joke. That is such a joke. Anyways, we turn to Jessica from season 1 with her fine husband.
I looked at that fine husband, heard their story, and fast forwarded through this entire thing.
Yeah. They were a COVID couple. He's a single dad. We saw the whole marriage, their wedding, all of this and that. I will say, shout out to Jessica. She was one of the first victims of this show.
Yep.
We were calling her Messica. She was getting annihilated on the internet. And turns out Mark was like the ultimate villain that we all learned afterwards.
After the show. Yeah.
So I'm happy to see her married. She got a fine husband. They got kids. Like she's living her best life. Nancy's moving, or she moved to New York.
Oh, I missed it. Okay.
I'll give you the updates. Nancy moved to New York. She's dating somebody. He was there, but didn't want to be on camera. So that's that.
Okay.
Marshall, we know recently broke his engagement. He did say he was single, didn't go into the details. He's moved to LA, trying to do his thing. I know. Trying to live his best life.
Boy, trying to be on Dancing with the Stars. Okay.
Garrett and Taylor, they are living in Fredericksburg.
Yikes.
So apparently they spent some time in San Diego. They went abroad for a little bit. Now they're planning to move to DC. So the whole San Diego move isn't happening. He said he tried to give it a go, but it was just too difficult being away from his family. And so their compromise is DC. She's lived there before. They're going to do like a try to, bi-coastal, whatever, but they're going to settle in DC, not like completely uproot to San Diego.
Okay. Oh boy.
So, I know. Somebody got to compromise.
That doesn't sound like a compromise. Chicago sounds like a compromise. Seattle.
I know, somewhere in the between.
Between where it's a 2-hour flight either way.
Yeah. But I guess she sees it as a compromise because she has a bit of a life in DC.
She has a life there, yeah. That makes sense. And her probably a great job. She's a lobbyist.
Right. Yeah. So it's probably fine. And then they kind of shouted out season 8 is going to be in Minneapolis.
Yes. Yeah.
We met 3 of the contestants in the audience.
Yes, they look very young and regular. So that's exciting.
And premieres Valentine's Day 2025.
Yep, we'll be here. I don't know if we'll be in Minneapolis for the premiere. I don't know about that, but we'll be recapping.
And that was season 7 of Love is Blind.
Wow.
What a ride.
Yeah.
I'm glad it was a good season. We don't always get a good season. This was a good season, I thought.
I know. I still won't forgive them for season 5.
Which one was that?
Izzy and Stephanie, whatever the fuck her name was.
Oh, Izzy and Stacy.
Yeah.
Oh, was that Lydia? That was Lydia season.
Lydia and Milton.
That was the worst season. The worst season. Oh my God. And they were like the crown jewels of the season, and everyone hated them. Like, he was like 21, right?
He was like 24 and she was like 32.
It was so weird. Oh.
And then she dated the other guy, clearly followed him there.
Yeah.
The lawyer.
Like, stalked him out. 2 Love is Blind. Like, oh my God, a mess. Friend, what did we learn?
He's a smart guy.
You know what? When I thought about it, I think you can be single and famous off of Love is Blind if you're a woman.
Oh, interesting.
AD is famous.
AD's famous, yeah.
AD has a great reputation. Whatever AD starts, whatever AD's like little ads and stuff that come up, people are so hyped for her. People are so excited for her. Deep D and Natalie are famous. They have a great podcasting career now. Deep D wrote that book. You can do it.
Yeah.
And I say if you're a woman, right? That's not, I don't want to start a gender war here. I think it's if you have something relatable that you can hook onto with the audience and you can ride that out. If you just want to be famous and you also believe in your mind that you are Travis Kelce, then you can't be tough. Famous.
Yeah. Yeah, you have to have something to hold on to. Like AD and Deep D and Natalie all had very relatable love story, demise stories with the men that they were with. So women flocked to follow them and just like, what is AD saying now? Like, you know, because they too went through a tough breakup with some, you know, dumbass nigga named Clay or like a Clay.
You
know? But yeah, Nick. And we saw it too with Jerame and Trevor last season.
Trevor, Steven, Clay.
Yeah. Like, really trying to make something, make fame happen from this show. And they don't have a relatable little nugget to hang on to. Nick could have maybe.
I think all of them could have.
If all of them could have.
Well, Jerame, no, never mind.
Jerame, no. He was way too messy and doing ridiculousness. Nick could have maybe if he straightened up off camera. Because if this notebook thing never was revealed, if this, you know, he was calling her 5 out of 10 was never revealed. They didn't really have that much to say about him. He was pretty buttoned up on camera and was very nice to her on camera, you know? So he maybe could have gotten away with it, but he's just dumb and he's too fame hungry that he had to write it down on paper. And kept the paper wide open on the kitchen counter for her and her friends to see. Like, just dumb. These people are not too bright.
That's it too. I'm like, Steven, you could have been on Call Her Daddy tomorrow. If you admitted talking about butt stuff.
Yeah. And own the kink thing. He would have been on a podcast circuit right now talking about sex positivity and whatever the fuck.
Yep. Him and Ramses. If they played it right.
If they played it right. Nah, they're not smart for this. Not smart enough at all.
Anyway, friend, what did you learn?
Yeah, is the purity of Love is Blind gone forever? I mean, I kind of feel like, I think it's interesting, your question, like, can people go off and become famous? Yeah, you definitely get a lot of fame being on the show. We're seeing Hannah. Hannah's like the villain, right? One of the villains of the season. She's already over 100,000 on Instagram. Garrett's one of the most boring people from this season. Over 100,000. Chelsea and Jimmy, super polarizing couple from last season. Both of them, Chelsea has 400,000, Jimmy has 200,000. Like, no matter which way you look at it, if you have an interesting storyline, like, and you don't fuck up like Nick just did or Jerame, you can have a great shot for real at social media fame. And people know that. And the more that people know that, they're going to keep going on the show. You You know what I mean? I think more people than we know crave celebrity.
I think so too.
Whatever this social media fame, this world of being a social media influencer is very enticing to a lot of people. A lot more people than we all know and think.
No, yeah. Because we know how much let's say like the Forbes 30 under 30 list. A lot of those people were influencers.
Yeah,
year.
They have a tremendous power in media now as influencers.
And money. There's so much money in influencing. Yeah.
Definitely. So, yeah, I think we're going to continue to see the Nicks, the Ramses, the Drames, like that purity of the Cameron, the Brett and Tiffany, or the Bretts. Like, I'm really speaking more, I guess, of the men, because it just seems like there's more of a pattern of
I was going to say
awful. Yeah.
I think this is a men problem.
Yeah, I think it's more the lack of quality men, the purity of the men on the show. I don't know how they're gonna get it back. I read an interview, I didn't bring it up for the pre-show because it wasn't that juicy, with Chris Colleen, the creator of the show.
Oh boy, what a busy man.
Yeah, and he said, as far as background checks and Tyler and all, like, what the hell happened this season, like, he said, we're not the police. That's his excuse. He said, essentially, he said, we're trying the best we can.
We're trying the best we can. You get an abuser, that's not on us.
That's not on us. We do the background checks. We do the psychological exams. We do the this, we do that. We do the best we can, quote unquote, is what he said. But he said, we're not the police. And so people are going to slip through the cracks. And also, which he didn't say, but also, as we know, this is a television show.
Yes.
So they're going to they're going to let some people slip through the cracks. Right. You know?
Yeah.
And so that just kind of is what it is. So makes good TV. I'm just kind of tired of seeing the women.
That's the thing.
I'm tired of seeing Marissa and AD and all the rest, like, getting, you know,
their heart
fucked over like this. Yeah.
I wonder if this would be different if Chris Colleen's position was filled with a woman, or even a man who knew what women liked, which is why we always reference Andy Cohen. He at least knows what women like to watch.
Oh, you mean to watch? Okay.
You know, like, as far as entertainment goes, I just think he's so cued in with his audience, and that's why we don't see things we don't feel like watching, really, because he knows his audience really well. But Chris seems to be to say we're not the police is just saying, like, the safety of these women is out of my hands. I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah,
which is not true. You do know.
Yeah, and just, I don't know. They just got to get careful. They got to be careful, because I get it. Married at First Sight is a totally different show. It's like low brow, like, compared to, you know, Love is Blind, the caliber of Love is Blind. But I've watched Love is Blind since season 1. This is I'm not watching anymore, because these last few seasons have gotten so hard to watch with what is happening to the women in particular on the show. So if they keep this up with Love is Blind, it's a huge show on Netflix. I think they'll always have an audience, but it will start to turn people off, because it's not nice seeing, you know, Ramses say to Marissa, like, I don't care if you're a sick bitch, we about to fuck. Like, I don't want to see that. You know what I mean? I also don't want to see Hannah berating Nick over and over either.
Yeah.
But more often than not, we're getting horrible men than women. You know? And so,
deemed as interesting, deemed as entertainment, deemed as unique. Like,
right.
That's the framing of it, which is what's so frustrating for women to watch. Yeah.
Shake was awful. Shake was an awful human being. Deep was like a little cherub. She didn't deserve that. You know what I mean?
No.
And every season we keep finding, you know, some of those, and some of the pureness. It just feels like we're here watching a show now. Like, we're here for the entertainment purely. And some of the pureness of that, like, love story luster is getting a bit outweighed. Am I still going to tune out and watch? Absolutely. I love this fucking show.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just want to see a little bit more, like, protection, I guess. Meaning not casting flat out blatant fame seekers would be nice.
That's not like 8 of them.
Not so many.
There's so many of them.
To the point where the most diabolical one of all, who ended up married, we have to protect him.
Yes.
Or else the whole show looks wild. You know? Yeah. Let us know what y'all think. Sound off in the comments on Patreon. Rate, review, subscribe. Thank you for a beloved season. This was so fun.
This was. Oh, man.
So fun. We'll obviously be back next week, and we'll obviously be back in February for Love is Blind.
Oh, yeah.
See you guys later.
Bye.
Bye.